Okay, here again, Azaya on my way to abundance. And now I would like to speak about the pros of living apart together situation. And yeah, basically that's it. According to my experience, I'm going to tell you some advantages or when I think you should go for it in your relationship. And that's it according to my experience. That's what I can tell you. So when you need your space, when you need your time, and to be more creative, if you find that you need space to breathe from your partner, that your partner is the person that you really want to, but that person is also too intense for you, his energy and both of your energies are so intense together all the time, and you really need your space to breathe, space to recharge, space to be with yourself. um I am an introvert, so and I have the need of my space to recharge. But that's not. It doesn't mean that all the introverts blah blah blah. It doesn't mean that, of course. But I'm just talking about myself. In my case, I definitely need that space, and I found that the other person energy and it doesn't have to be that you are not compatible, but the other person energy and my need also to be how do you say, my need to serve and my need to please. I'm a pleaser. Okay, my need to please, because I like to please everybody. I like to please my children, whatever. But my need to please as well, I need to control those things, and the way that I find is more suitable for my situation, from my point of view, in this life that I'm living at the moment, with the age that I am now. I'm 42, almost 43. With the age, the life that I have at the moment is not the same life that I had when I was 20. So at this moment, really, if I want to be more productive, and yes, I find that I am more productive when I am a part of someone. I've also realized that in my 20s, when I didn't have boyfriend, so if I had no boyfriend, I was very, very productive. I used to study, different courses and stuff like that. I was always doing something. But of course, maybe I was doing something as well to forget that part, to forget the emotional part, because I was also a bit of a workaholic. And I didn't really used to deal with my emotional side. So, and I know that a lot of it was also to masquerade emotions, but presently I know that I am more productive, and during the time that I was living with someone with this kind of arrangement, I was more productive during the time that I was not with that person, just doing myself. I was learning a lot of things, so that's another advantage when you need to learn something that is new. And sometimes the other part, sometimes they don't even agree. They don't even like your new hobby, or even if you see it more serious than a hobby, sometimes they don't even like that. Even if they can still support you, but it's not something that they would really like to see you doing that all the time. And sometimes when you are learning something new, you just want to listen to about that all the time. In my case, I remember that I finally started to learn about money and success and stuff like that, and the other part was not interested at all, or at least he was not happy about the way that I was doing that, and I was learning those things, and I was quite excited. And I remember that even finding a way of being by myself, and I have a basement, so I made like a little office there, and I used to spend a lot of time in there because I just wanted to listen to podcasts and do whatever my stuff, and that's it. So it was my way of being alone as well. But at that time, I did that because I needed that space to myself. And even when we were together in the same house, I used to do that. So I needed that space, and unconsciously, I would just make these little gaps and little way of just staying in a different room, like for sometimes for like 4 hours in a day. It's not much, but it can be a lot if the other person doesn't really agree, or the other person doesn't really understand why are you making yourself apart in another bedroom. Why are not here just with me, just sitting and just looking at TV or whatever. So that's one of the pros. When you need your space, when you know that you are more productive, more creative, when you are not with that person. So that's it. The creative process also develops more, like because you are more free, you are more in tune with yourself, with your gut, and you're not worried about the things that you have to care for that person in a daily basis. Not all of us are the same. Some of us are a little bit more needy uh, than others, but I find that in my case, I tend to care a lot about the other person, and when I say to care, I tend to cater a lot as well for the other person. I tend to be worried about the food that they are going to eat, and if I have enough groceries in the house, for that day or for the week or whatever. If I have enough of the things that the other person likes, just the normal stuff, and just to make sure that I'm also going to be available to be with the person, just being there, even without doing nothing, but just being there, just being available, like truly available. I prefer to set up a time that I'm truly available for that person than being forced to be truly available because you're not, isn't it? During the certain time, Yeah. So I think it's very important, especially when you have something different that you would like to learn. Yeah. So I think you got the idea. Also, this is good for some people that they find that they lose their individuality, and that was my case. So that's why I think this is one of the pros. When you find that you lose your individuality in the relationships, then maybe this could be a good alternative for you. And I tend to lose myself, and I tend to lose myself. It's not in a bad way, because I seen my mother doing that, and and you see the majority of couples doing that, both sides, and sometimes you think, oh yeah, that's fine, that's normal. But I think when it's too much, it might affect one of the parts of the relationship, and there is also a lot of resentment that can come from it. Sometimes you lose yourself because you have children, and because I've seen that happening, but later on it's not good. It's not good for nobody. It's not good for the children. It's not good for yourself, because the children will never see who you would be, if you had that creative, if you have that energy put into whatever you want, and not just suppressing because you have children. Now you have to care for them, or now just because you have a partner, and then you suppress all this energy, you don't do those things, and then what's happened when you don't do those things. Your heart suffers, literally. Your heart suffers. I think this is my idea. I think that this could be something. I think it's a pro. If you are a female looking for a male, or if you are a male looking for a male, I think it's a pro, because you have more chances of finding someone that would like that. Because I think male, whatever the man, I'm not even going to start specifying the genders, because this is too much. But I'm just saying that I have the idea that men would prefer this arrangement. It gives them more freedom, gives them space for doing, the things that men like to do. And normally they are very good in maintaining their individuality. And and no judgments. I think that would be. I think that's the case. I have the idea that men would prefer this. So if you are looking for a man, I think that's something that it could go to your advantage. And also another pro, when you really, really love the person that you are with, and you know that that's the person for you, you are compatible, but you just need to miss them as well. Because sometimes they are in your face all the time, and you don't even miss them, because they don't give you space for you to miss them. I'm so sorry. And so that's really important. Oh gosh, but but really that's important. And some people, they might think that this is funny, and like they might think that this means that you're not compatible and you are not with the right person. But no, sometimes you just need to miss them. Also, another one, when you are set in your ways and the person is also set in their ways, but you still want to be with each other. So that is, let me just read what I wrote. So when the other person is not changing, because sometimes you don't want to change, you just want to be with your partner, your partner wants to be with you, you want to be with each other, but you want to have like a better version of of yourselves. So that could be one chance, because you don't want to change, because changing is very, very difficult. I know. And the other person doesn't want to change, and we cannot force nobody to change. So, and both of you, and it's okay. It's okay if you don't want to change. It's okay, because it's about your life. But both of you can still love each other. But you want better. So you want a better situation. So yeah, I think that's a good situation that you can do it. And also, because I don't really know if I explain myself, but basically it's it. Like, you don't want to change, they don't want to change, but you want to be together, right? You still want to be together because you don't want to change partners. You don't want to go to the whole hustle again to finding someone else that's going to be compatible with you and all this nonsense. But also, you want to avoid the criticism. The criticism is not good anyway. But at least you have less criticism. If you are doing something that the other partner does not agree with, that you don't have to have that criticism in your mind all the time. If you want to play games, I don't know, every night, if you want to go to your PlayStation or whatever the games that, or the consoles or whatever that nowadays are the famous ones. But if you want to do that every night, but your partner, she does not agree with that, or he does not agree with that, it's okay for you to have your space, and at least if you do that by yourself, you have less judgments and less criticism from the other part, and there's a little bit of freedom that goes with that. So that's a pro, freedom. Communication, I think the communication improves, or at least the communication could be a pro, but also a down situation. But it could be a pro, because if you are apart from for your partner in a very, very healthy situation, everything organized, and now you are like in a part situation, you will pay more attention to what they say to you. You would actually listen more, because you don't have to they are not in your face all the time with the nagging and everything, because of course there is less nagging, right? There's less criticism if that's the situation. And you are more available actually to listen to them, because all the other distractions, they are not there anymore. And you are quiet, you are in peace, you are actually happy with yourself, and you also love them. You also are empathetic with them, okay? You understand them, because you are friends after all. This is for best friends, right? You are friends after all. So you can listen to them. You can actively listen to your partner, and just work the things together, especially regarding working the things together, because that was one of the things that I saw that really improved with this method, because I remember that we used to do kind of little tasks tasks that we would organize, that I would do and then he would do as well. And then when we would meet together, we would talk about those tasks, or what have you done. Even during the week, I would do some things, and we would set about together the things that I had to do, because I was trying to apply for a course or whatever. So the things that I had to do, essays, blah, blah, blah. And then I would send to them. Nowadays, email, blah, blah, blah. You send to them, and that person would reply. And then meanwhile, you organize all of that within the week. This is just an example. It could be 2 weeks. I don't know. Depends on your arrangement. But you do all of these things because they are only your things that you are interested in. But that person would also be cooperating with you and incentivizing you and motivating you. So I see that those are great pros to have this kind of relationship, if you feel that you are suffocated with the normal traditional standards that society still thinks that is normal. And gratitude, finally, it's important to be grateful with everything, but it's also important that you would be grateful to have to know that you have someone that you can just cater. You can call them, hey, I'm needy, sorry, I don't think this week, I don't think I can be apart from you. I would like for us to stay together another week or an extra week, or whatever. but it's good to have someone there when you need that person. It's good to know that you have someone that is available, because some people, they have nobody. They just they just have themselves, right? So it's important to be grateful that you have someone in there, and that's it. I just put this as a pro, because at least you have someone that you can call, and you can say, listen, I'm quite needy. Can we just can you just do a break? Can we just do a break during the, I don't know, during the next week or the next month? Sometimes something happened, there is bereavement going on, there is a sickness, and you need that support. That's it. Just give yourself a break, and you can stay together. So of course, because this is something extra. And even if there is nothing that happened, just the fact that one of you needs a break, that's worth it. One of you, whatever, if you need that, you need a break from that situation, and you need more cuddling, you are more sensitive, or this, like, whatever, it's about freedom, and it's about doing what you want to do as grown-ups, right? This is an adult relationship. So that's it. Thank you for listening to me, and that's it. I just wanted to share these things, take them out of my chest, and that's it. So I'm learning how to make videos and how to organize these lights, but yeah, it's better to be done than to be perfect. And that's it. Thank you so much for listening to me. Bye bye.